Hello and welcome back to FPS Creator Classics, where we take a look at interesting and original games developed in FPS Creator. And this time we're taking a look at a game I've been looking forward to for some time. This is Squadron AIU Dark Storm, which is a sci-fi game that was developed in late 2010 by a user called Deathcow. His real name is David Graham. Made in FPSC version 1.17 with no additional mods as far as I'm aware. But yeah, I've actually played this game already, probably a couple of years ago now, so I don't sort of vividly remember it, but it always stuck with me as a game that had some really interesting art direction and just a nice kind of strong sense of place. And I like games that kind of transport you to different places. So yeah, I thought I'd give it a go. As you can see from the files we've got here, we've actually got four different exe files. I assume this is because some FPSC executables, if you put too many levels in them, they used to break because of the memory management issues. So some users used to try and circumvent this by kind of dividing their game up into separate exe files, and so each one has its own folder, and we've got a little launcher app that we'll get into in a second where you can kind of go through and play each of these chapters. So I'll just give you a little bit of flavor text. This is from the showcase thread on the forum. So here's what we're dealing with. After years of hunting the cultists, they have attacked a spaceport on the planet of New Berlin. It is clear you have to discover what they are after and wipe them out before they can complete their plans. Your first task is to speak with the commander on the ground and help as best you can, but you can't let any of them escape, or worse could happen. The game is set 200 years into the future. You are an AIU agent for a secret group called the Alien Investigation Unit, or Squadron AIU. The player's mission is to investigate alien activity or threats to the Union. So, as I say, sci-fi game, and yeah, there's not much else to say really. Let's get into the launcher app. So, as you can see, each of the kind of chapters has its own little heading here, and we even get a little video to show off the level a little bit, which I think is a nice touch. And the flavor text here is pretty much just what I read you about we've got to do in this New Berlin section. When you press play, you'll get a little configuration app come up, and you can change your keys and various different things. The only thing I'm interested in is resolution. I could go in manually and change the res to something, but I can actually do it from this launcher app. So for once, I don't have to open a setup ini or 3 different setup inis. I can just type in 1920 by 1080, or if you're playing it, whatever your resolution is, and it should render correctly. So with that in mind, I should be able to start the game, and it should be in the right res. So let's see. Okay, so some custom menu art here. This guy looks like something out of Warhammer, Space Marine. Let's click New Game. Pretty basic loading screen. Just white text on black, but sometimes simple is more effective. Although you can tell it's being resized from a lower resolution because it's very pixelated. Okay, and we are in the right resolution, I can tell, because our crosshair is actually a circle. FPSC being an engine from the mid-noughties, it kind of likes to default to 4:3 resolutions, and that means that a lot of the HUD elements quite often get stretched out, and they don't render correctly on widescreen monitors like this. But this one seems to be working fine. And so here we are in New Berlin. I've got flying cars and everything. So this is a entirely different planet, I think, isn't it? So, yeah. Pretty cool starting area. Very colourful. A little bit of bloom going on there as well. Which, yeah, I think was a bit of a later addition to FPSC. Certainly wasn't in the first few versions. In fact, there's not a lot of stock content in this level, actually. We've got custom walls, custom, well, whatever that is. Custom trees. Yeah, I mean, I got the old sci-fi door. That's, yeah, okay, that's a stock asset. But otherwise, good effort. Literally almost everything in the level is custom. And we've even got these NPCs wandering around. So, that's kind of cool. So let's go and have a chat to the commander. Press E to speak. So we've got a What is this, like an RPG texture? Yeah, it is. Okay. What is happening here, Commander? We were attacked by the cultists, and they have taken control of the customs area. I guess that's supposed to be. But we have reports that the bulk of their forces have surrounded the Blue Lagoon Bar and have taken control of the storage area. Where is the rest of your men? We have surrounded them, but they can't move out. But I don't think we have enough troops to clear them from this sector. Goodbye. Okay, so I guess it's up to us. Agent Smith, as it says in the bottom left corner. And interestingly, I've got 200 health. So, not... and 5 lives. Which is a kind of a strange number, but I guess I need him. Right, so... controls. Space is jump. That's a stock jump sound effect. C is crouch. Good. Lean is not a thing. Doesn't look like iron sights is a thing either. Okay, never mind. Flashlight? No flashlight. Okay. So it's pretty basic. Pretty classic FPS controls, I would say. And I guess these dead guys down here. Oh. Got some environmental sounds. Oh, what is that? Is that a cultist? Well, he's not. Oh God! Well, he shot first, so. Okay, so that's a cultist then. So he's like a purple guy, purple and red, with a really pointy hat for some reason. Oh, what was that? Secret and confidential. Keep this document safe at all times. Okay, Russian science. See, I like this kind of stuff. These posters and things. I like it when sci-fi games do this world building. Discover new worlds and new people. The Union is the most exciting place to be, and with many of our patrols off-worlds, you'll find out what this galaxy has to offer. Interested? Go to your local recruiting office to find out more. Yeah, it's cool. Very low-res texture there. What do we got? Zombie World 16. Is that a film or a game? Anyway, I'm kind of messing around here, but the developer puts this stuff in to kind of flesh out the world, so I feel it's important to kind of show a little bit of it. Don't know if I'm supposed to take any particular door. Let's take the middle one. No, that one doesn't open. Okay, maybe only one of them opens. Oh, hang on. Do I need to do something behind here? No. Okay. I kind of assumed I'd need to go this way, but maybe I don't. Ah, I need to go this way. So I will get a prompt, press E to use. That's actually been changed because by default those sort of interactable items are all press enter to use. E is a little bit more of an ergonomic key, as I think I've mentioned at other points on this series. Okay, so they have pointy hats. Nothing by these stairs. It is nice not having to take my hand off the keyboard to press enter, or off the mouse I should say. Custom corridors, these are quite cool. It's nice that they're kind of, you know, they actually have a bit of geometry to them, they're not just straight walls. Oh, I can hear something down there. You know, I don't have an awful lot of health left. Okay, anything down here? I don't know what I'm doing, but yeah, okay, sure. Okay, that's opened a door somewhere. We've got some water decals running at a very low frame rate for some reason. Not sure why that is. It's kind of cool. Ah, and a note. We've had another 2 of those strange containers from the dig site. I have moved it down to the lab for the Russian science company to deal with at their request. I have informed all staff that they cannot use the loading bay for the next couple of days until they have finished with what they are doing. Okay, so I think one of the chapters was called the dig site. So what are they digging up? Strange alien artifacts, maybe. So far, a really big reliance on custom media, which is very commendable. Decent lighting. AI is a bit dumb, but that's just FPSC. Ah, okay. That's the end of level 1. We could really do with some health. 91 hit points is not a lot. Less than half. So... anything here? What is that? Probably nothing important, but... I was about to complain that the rifle's not particularly accurate, but actually when you look at the crosshair, none of those bullet hits kind of went outside of the crosshair, so it's kind of, yeah, I don't know what my point is, but it's accurate to the sort of spray of the gun. These weird cone-headed cultists are, yeah. They're not really great shots. Do I have another weapon? No, I just have the rifle. I'm not sure I'd want their pistol, it looks very underpowered. So, here's the loading bay. This is cool, these sort of like anti-gravity forklifts. Quite low poly, it has to be said, but I'll let them off. And we've got some crates. Always got to have some crates in an FPSC game, but it's nice to see some custom textures on them. They could have very easily gone with the standard ones. I say they. As with most FPSC projects, this was developed by one person. I'm assuming. I don't know, but it was only one person listed on the showcase thread. And you can see I've immediately gone into box stacking mode. I don't think that's going to be... easy enough for me to get up. Let's try that. It's a pretty sort of standard thing for an FPSC game. It's a staple. It's a staple of an FPSC game. The box stacking puzzle. Now this is something I miss from Game Guru. We don't have this at the moment. So CSG shapes that can punch through walls. Hey, wait a minute. A cultist has just appeared behind me. Where did he come from? Was he supposed to shoot me before? And also, why can't I draw my gun? Oh, I do have a gun. Right. Sorry, I mean I do have a pistol. Wow, that is a massively inaccurate gun. Is my... Okay, so... Right. My assault rifle appears to be tied to the key 4 for some reason. Slot 4. With slot 5 being the pistol. Yeah, okay, that's odd. Would have expected 1 and 2, but never mind. The Blue Lagoon. Okay, yeah, that's, of course, that's what we're here to do, isn't it? That's me busy staring at anti-gravity forklifts, but actually we are here to clear out a bar. So let's get on with that. And they're going to give us an entire level for it, I guess. So, that's cool. Ow. Okay, so it gave me health, but then it immediately deducted some because it did that weird FPSC thing where whenever you start a new level, it deducts some health. That's annoying. Anyway, let's continue. Whoa. I wondered if he might try and find me that cultist. '61 health. This is not good. Again, more custom texture work. I think this is going to be a thing now. That okay, weird. You see that kind of blood spray hanging in midair. Yeah, so I expect we're going to see a lot of custom texture work throughout the game. And what's nice is that it's seems to be almost different on every level. Wow, I do not have a lot of ammunition. And also, I don't really know where I'm supposed to go. These don't move. No, okay. Well, there's some gantries down here. I suppose I have to go that way. Which has dealt me damage. Fantastic. Didn't need that. Oh, none of these move. Oh no. Tell me I don't have to do a jump. Well, you've given me some boxes to run across. I really don't think. Let's save. Okay. Right. Shift W space. Okay, I made it. Don't know what I was worried about. And you thought I wasn't going to make it. How dare you? I'm better than that. You know, despite FPSC being renowned for creating quite sort of boxy environments, I'm really enjoying all these kind of different spaces we're going to. Curved elements. Yeah, it's cool. Still quite a lot of right angles in it, but I guess that's just FPSC as an engine. Didn't really give you the freedom to be able to do very much else, but it doesn't feel like everything's a right angle. I was going to say, those look like air vents, but I can't actually get in them. I can get in that one, though. Interesting. Okay. This must be some kind of server room, I guess. What about the next room? Ah, okay, so I can't actually... I can't do anything in here. Got stuck on one of those machines, had to press crouch to get myself away. Okay. Well, if I can get up there... Ah, here we go. Right, so some of these barrels do actually move. That's good to know. Barrels? Boxes? What am I talking about? I just have this feeling that I have to go into this vent. Because let's face it, it wouldn't be an FPSC game without a bit of vent crawling. As I always say. There we go. Right, so, in the vents. Sadly not a custom texture, but never mind. It's an air vent. They all look the same. Doesn't matter when they're set. We crawled through enough of these in Equinox and various other sci-fi games. Guess they're all made by the same company. So this is a dynamic door. Well, I say it's a dynamic door. I thought it was, but I'm not getting a prompt. I thought it was a dynamic door because it's not obeying the lighting of the rest of the area. It's coloured differently, but maybe it isn't. Okay, well there's another entrance there. And there. Okay, well, I don't fully know where we're headed, but doesn't look like this vent matches up with the other one we just saw. Ah, okay, here we are in the room. And, we've got another piece of, another note to read. Sir, more of them had arrived this morning, but the group that we had locked up escaped and killed one guard. I've imposed an emergency lockdown to contain the threat. However, it looks like they will overrun a number of important sites within the next hour. We will need to support it if we don't under control. I recommend requesting support from Squadron AIU if things get out of hand. Okay, so I don't really know what I did by going that way. I thought I was supposed to be heading to this bar. I feel like this is not the right direction for that. Oh, who knows, it might be. Well, I can't jump across there, so there must be another way. I bet it's that other air vent. You know, we passed one that I didn't go in. Maybe that's where this leads to. So let's go back in. Just checking none of these doors opened. Of course, there was that dynamic one down there. Or not dynamic, as it turns out. So we didn't go in this one. Let's see where this one goes. Oh, it's a dead end. Oh, you... Oh, that's so annoying. And we came out of that one. And this one doesn't do anything. Oh, wait a minute. What about the server room? Didn't that have a... Ah, there we go. Of course. Right. And it looks like a dead end. But is it? Ah, no it isn't. See? Hidden. Sneaky. More vent crawling. Well. I mean, that's kind of the way we came, so surely that leads nowhere. That must be a dead end. Yes. Aha, we have some stairs. And I can hear footsteps, so we must have some cultists as well. Whoa! Oh my god, 4 health. Well, as soon as I jump down there, I'm dead, aren't I? That must be... Please don't kill me. Okay, well, I've managed to survive with 4 health. Another note. Sir, you asked me to report anyone with scared faces if they try to pass through passport control. We've had 12 of them trying to enter the Union today. They all have expired passports, but all claim to be from some sort of church. All claim, but all claim to be from some sort of church. House of the Silver Moon. I've never heard of them, and if I check our database, I get access denied. What do you wish me to do with this group? So I don't know if this game is actually originally English. It doesn't feel like a translation. It feels like enough of the English is correct that it's just bad grammar or written in a hurry. Now I've got 4 health here, so I'm expecting to die pretty rapidly. Dead end. I mean, I'm going to take 1 shot and then I'm going to die. Unless I can spot them first. Okay, so we are now the other side of those barrel things. So we've now made it out onto the other side. I like levels like this where you kind of return to the same area multiple times but see it from different angles. Gives you a good sense of progression, and yeah, it's just cool. And there's some nice depth to this level as well thanks to this skylight. You can see that there's stuff out there even though you can't really tell what it is. Very cool. Saw stuff like that in some of the other better games that we've played, like Automatic Update and Beyond Life. Ah, here we go, the Blue Lagoon. Ah, and that's a soldier, so presumably that means we've done it. Oh, not quite. I thought that was it. Right, so Blue Lagoon. They're all holed up in here and I don't have any health. I'm expecting to die pretty sharpish. Interesting use of antique chairs in a kind of a sci-fi setting. And I'm recognising some of these other models from one of the model packs that was called Metro Theatre, which was like 100% inspired off of Bioshock. Had all this kind of like antique furniture in it and water decals and things. This is cool. Holographic dancer, I'm assuming. Very sci-fi. And the bloom is making it look even better. Dr. Johnston, I don't understand what the problem is with the samples. They're as pure as we can get without going to their homeworld and get more samples, but we both know that it is not possible. So can I ask you to complete the test as planned and destroy these samples before it attracts more than we would like? You are friend, Dr. Martins. Okay, I'm going to make a new rule from now on. I'm going to try and read around the grammar mistakes. So that might change the words depending on, it might not actually be what's said on the page, but it will hopefully make more sense than what I'm reading. I tend to read these things as written, kind of for, well, comedic effect more than anything else, but when you've had to do it a few times it gets a bit boring. So yeah, I'm going to go with what the author intended to say rather than what they actually wrote. The Union needs you. You think you have what it takes? I don't know where all this artwork came from, but it's cool. So I was under the impression that the cultists were sort of holed up in here. Whoa, what's this? We have a load of scientists all... What are they doing? Dancing? It would be kind of cool if we had some music in here. If it's a bar. Hang on. Russian science. Okay, so these guys work for Russian science. It's almost like they're kind of praying to this dancing hologram. We have another note here. The survey ship has discovered the location of the cultist. They are clearly insane and obsessed with their gods, the Sullen. What we can tell is that these humans had come originally from Union colonies, but somehow were transported to the planet Alda in the Procyon system. We've searched the whole planet and have found no sign of starships or spacecraft. Also, this star system is well outside any of our jump stations. What we have discovered investigating this puzzle is that wormholes have been opened up deep underground, but that is not possible with current Union technology. So how are they getting help from? So are they getting help from outside? Ah, we have a scientist. Sure. Do you have any information that could help me with the cultist? Yes. Do you know anything about the race called the Sullen? No, I guessed as much. They are an ancient race and far more advanced. The cultists worship them as gods. The cultists are after the Sullen crystal we found. You must stop them. How do I get out of here? There is a service door near the bar. Here, this will open it. It will lead you to the storage area, which is beside the lab where we are storing the crystal. Okay. I'm going to go this way anyway, even though I think the bar is back the other way. Does this go anywhere? No. Okay, so tell you something else I'm noticing about all these notes. Comic Sans, very popular in the year, what are we, 200 years into the future. So that's the year 2020. No, 2220. So the level continues, or rather the chapter continues with another level, level 5, I think. We're obviously not quite done yet with these cultists. Well, they're not quite done with us. So this is going to take us past the storage area, allegedly, where this crystal is. Oh my god. Well, that was bound to happen. What? How did I lose? Did you? What? I immediately lost all my health and another life. And I'm down to 4 health again. What? That must be a bug, surely. That's ridiculous. Oh my god, that's crazy. Well, there's no way. See? Oh my god. Wow, this is like impossible now. I don't believe it. So I'm actually going to have to... I'm never going to be able to complete this section now. That's... What? Well, there we go. A bug in the system then, because I can't literally... I literally cannot do the game. Well, unless I take less hits, I guess. But I'm going to have to replay the entire section and come back and do that bit. What a pain in the... Okay, so we're back, and I've made a discovery. I've been trying to do a little speed run here to try and get us back to where we were. These little stations here are... I did actually try and use them by pressing E, and look, my health went up. So yeah, they are health stations. So this is how you heal in the game. That wasn't explained to me at all. So yeah, that's why I was struggling so much. So with that in mind, hopefully I should be able to progress a bit easier now. So I'm just going to speak to this dude and get out of this level, and then we'll carry on. But yeah, that was yeah, kind of annoying that wasn't signposted in any way. And you could say, well, you know, why didn't you look at the texture? Why didn't you read the texture? Well, it's so low res that I didn't even know it was actually a thing. I couldn't really read what it says. It was only when I got close and it said something about side effects and consult your doctor. I was like, well, maybe it's something medical. Maybe if I try and use it. I didn't even get a prompt to use it. It didn't come up with any kind of graphic or anything. So Yeah, that's kind of annoying. But anyway, so we're back now on whatever this is. Was it the 5th level? I can't remember now. And now I feel in a better position to take on these cultists. Although I have had to use quite a lot of ammo to get to this stage, so I'm down to the pistol now, really. And this guy's just pointing in totally the wrong direction. So that's random. Wow, he was a bit of a bullet sponge. Gonna be a bit more cautious here now. Inaccurate gun is inaccurate. No wonder I was able to survive so long on 4 health. If these are the guns they're using, they're bloody awful. Right. So, because it's hold that thought. Because it's FPSC, and particularly this version of FPSC, old version of FPSC. Ah, good, see, here's a health station. Now I know what that does. Right, back up to full health, please. Thank you very much. I want to avoid that ridiculous bug that seems to be to do with lives. Anyway, so what I was going to say was because it's FPSC, I'm not sure if this was added to later versions of FPSC, but there's no headshots, and that's making it kind of arduous to get through some of these bullet sponge enemies. Although, despite that, they're pretty stupid. So, you know what? I'm going to take advantage of that health station. I'm going to use it again. Now I know what it does. Honestly. No prompt. All it says is, okay, it does say medical station, but it's written in such a... it's a low-res texture. The font is not that readable. Yeah, I don't know. I just... Considering everything else in the game has had a prompt. You know, I mean, you walk up to random bits of paper and something shows up on the screen, so you'd have expected the medical station to have at least reacted in some way. Could have been a noise. Oh, I've done a thing, but I don't know what it did. Right. I'm starting to see now why the developer split this up into 3 different EXEs, because they are pretty long, actually. So you do get a lot of content. Oh, I've just picked up something. What have I picked up? I think it was just a pistol. Oh no, hang on. We have a rifle. Anything else? I'm just pressing the number keys now and I'm just seeing what I've got. So, slot 4 is our assault rifle, 5 is our pistol, there's nothing in 6, but 7 is this scoped rifle. Okay. Completely random what slots these weapons are going into, but okay. Loading dock. You can imagine this is probably pretty heavily guarded. And you know what? I'm going to treat myself. Shoot this cone-headed... Anybody else? Wow, what is this? This, well, we've got a sort of jumping puzzle here, or more like a falling puzzle, actually. So, I've got to try and jump down to these crates, I guess, but... Do you reckon I need to take any of these with me? Well, they don't move, so... I guess I'm not. This looks like it would warrant a save. Where? Where's that coming from? god, I'm down to 21 health again. I couldn't... He appeared above me. That's ridiculous. Now I need a medical station. There's one down there if I can get to it. Oh god, it's right down there. I'm going to get some serious fall damage if I do that, surely. Unless I jump onto here instead. Wow. Everything tells me that I should not have made that jump, but I somehow did. And I'm apprehensive about trying to do this one. That looks way too far. Oh god. Wow, I made it. Fantastic. Oh, give me that health. That's relieving. I like that. That's, yeah, that's good. Genuinely got a sense of panic there, and it wasn't from being shot. Okay. I'm not 100% sure what we're looking for now. Press E to use. So the way a lot of these usable things are done is kind of like they've got an entity and they've used a switch. So FPSC did come with a few different switches, especially in the sci-fi section, and they've just kind of stuck it on. So the whole entity can still be rendered as a static entity. It's just the switch is sort of dynamic and maybe changes texture. Wow, okay, that's a lot. And I'm not prepared to deal with that. So, yeah. I'm just gonna sit here and calmly take them out. He says. Looks like there might be some custom hand textures. Now see, these guys have got assault rifles, so where's that coming from? Where was that? Where was that? Okay, so I'm now back at the start of the level. This time the health bug hasn't happened, so that's something. Where was this guy? Incidentally, I now have to do this entire jumping puzzle again. What? How did you get there? I have to say, that's massively unfair. No indicator whatsoever for the player that that enemy was over there. And you can say, oh, well, you know, you should have been looking, you know, check your 6 and all that kind of stuff, but... And now I'm stuck on the environment. Oh, you're kidding. You've got to let me crouch, surely. Oh, no. I can't crouch, and I can't sidestep, and I can't jump, and I can't do anything. Oh, that's so massively annoying. I have to load another save. God damn it. Will this crash the game? That is the question. Knew it. Knew it. Right. There we go. Okay, well that only took, let's have a look, 15 minutes? No, 10 minutes. Just over 12 minutes, I think we'll call that, to replay the entire game. And at least now I know that health stations work, so I can actually use those. Wow, okay, so this must be the crystal then. What? Oh, the war begins here. Is that it? Okay, Okay, so I really didn't miss much then. It was literally just that end section. So I guess... okay. Right, well... On to part 2, I suppose. Russian science. I suppose that's where I've ended up, isn't it? Russian science are the guys who are looking after the crystal. And yeah, so let's take a quick look at the spiel for Russian science. And we have another little video here that explains what we're looking at, what the level's going to be. So, the AIU have discovered one of Russian science's secret labs in the heart of the state city Leon on the planet New Berlin. Find out what they are up to and put a stop to it. Yeah, okay, well that's pretty self-explanatory. Okay, so I just tried to load the second chapter, Russian science, and it loaded in the wrong screen resolution, even though I put it in the configuration tool. So I think actually, despite what I said about all that stuff at the beginning about putting your screen res and it'll work, actually what you need to do is basically what we've done for every other game, which is go into the folder, go to the setup ini, and then add your screen resolution, which I had not done, but I will do now for these other sections. So yeah, that's presumably why that happened. So hopefully now when I launch the game, it will hopefully load in 1920 by 1080. Whoops. And remember, we're looking for the crosshair to be a perfect circle. And also looking for any jagged edges. I mean, FPSC doesn't really have, or didn't have at this stage, anti-aliasing, so they'll be pretty easy to spot. There we go, that's better. Right, so here we are, Russian science. This doesn't look anything like where we were before. So although it's a semi-continuation, I thought this was supposed to be... yeah, I thought this was supposed to be underground, and yet I can see lots of sky. Doesn't feel underground. Anyway, I'm not going to question it. Let's continue. I'm noticing that a lot of these assets are making use of specular maps. This is the DNS workflow for textures, where you've got a diffuse texture that has your kind of colours. You've got a normal texture, which does all your kind of bump mapping and things, and then you've got a specular texture, which is where the object should be shiny. Not a lot of developers actually put in the, the hard yards to actually make their models comply with this standard, but it's good to see that this game does that. Obviously it does drive up the texture memory usage, which is perhaps why he's had to split the game off into 3 different EXEs. But it just adds a little bit more realism to the world. It's probably why this game looks pretty good considering it's 2010 FPSC. Okay, Russian science guys are pointing a gun at me. I mean, oh, are you going to shoot me? You look like you're going to shoot me. Yep. You were friendly in the last level. What have you been doing to these poor people in orange jumpsuits, prisoners? Okay, so I suppose in this level, in this level we're going to be facing off against plenty of yellow blazer wearing scientists instead of purple cone heads. Fair enough. I'm not going to question it. It's a sci-fi game. You can do whatever it wants. Would have been cool to have some slightly different music since we had this played over the whole of the first section. But let's continue on into Russian science. I do not have a lot of health. Wow, I really do need this health station. It's a good job I've figured out how these work now, because, yeah. Anything changed on the old weapons slot front? No. Slot 5 is still same as before. Okay, we have a memo here. You are not to use the words zombie or undead in any official documents. If you find that you have to explain the subject in official documents, please use Nzambi. What? Okay, so we're dealing with zombies, basically, is what they're saying. Except I'm not allowed to use that in an official capacity. So, yeah, this crystal is doing some crazy things. And I'm assuming those people on the stretchers down there were test subjects, maybe? No, so far, some quite nice use of lighting. It's accurate to the actual fixtures on the wall for the most part. So, yeah, motivated, as I would say. Not afraid to use a bit of colour as well, which is nice. Really sets the tone. Feels a little bit not massively unified, although I don't know. I suppose there's a lot of oranges, a lot of blues. It's a very colourful sci-fi game. Okay, so, alright, there's me saying about motivated lighting, and then here's just some random patches of light that just sort of hang in a corridor for no reason. So, yeah, probably not all the time, basically, but some of the time. Okay, wow, what's this? This looks awesome, with the bloom effects on it and everything. Some sort of force field. I'm assuming if I go through that, that will kill me. Dr. Anderson, the sample is clearly not designed to work with humans. 90% failure rate is pretty poor, and we'll need to look at ways of improving on these. That is, if you want the project to succeed, please let me know the success or failure of the next batch. Dr. Martins. So we're kind of getting an ongoing correspondence here between a Dr. Martins and a Dr. Anderson. Obviously both trying to work on this problem together. Oh dear. I'm not really sure what I'm doing, but it looks like something's gone wrong there. What is that? Is that some broken walls? Something crashed through? Can't really see. Dr. Anderson, I'm very upset with your department. Is it true a fly bird has crashed into your holding pens? I hope the security is good, because if anything gets out, the Union will not call around to help you out with clear up your mess. Remember, if the Union discover the secret lab, it will not go well for you and your department. I hope that is clear. Wow. Okay, buddy. Hang on, was I supposed to go anywhere from that? Like, maybe... Yeah, it's a spaceship has crashed through. I thought I might be able to shoot through that window and get out there, but you can't. Okay, so... Oh, but that door's now opened, so that's what I was doing in there. Wow, what a mess. Yeah. Cool though. Oh god, here we go. Blood splats. Something is... You know, I have to be honest, that's a little disappointing. I'm annoyed that it's gone to the whole zombie thing. I want to be able to get away from that klaxon noise because it's really loud. Yeah, I'm kind of annoyed that it's gone down the zombie route. That's very cliche. And also the zombies, if you'll remember, they're just dressed in kind of contemporary clothes, not futuristic clothes. So they just look like out of place in this futuristic world that we're now in. So yeah, that's a shame. And also, in a game with so much custom content, including custom characters at the beginning, it's a little bit disappointing to see those zombies just ripped straight out of the zombie DLC pack. I don't know what model pack number that was, but yeah. So there was me worried about having to shoot the same scientist over and over again for this entire level, but actually I'm going to be doing a lot of killing of zombies in this section. Okay, that's a bit of a cheap tactic. I don't feel like I need to use my assault rifle on these zombies. They're not that powerful. Let's go with the pistol. So is it this crystal that's caused? Well, it's these experiments that Dr. Anderson and Dr. Martin have been doing. Presumably more will be revealed as we progress further into this facility. So how does this line up with the cultists then? What do they want? Okay, that was weird. I sort of was healed and damaged at the same time, but this time it balanced out. Cool. Okay, so what is this? Some kind of like loading bay? More zero gravity forklifts. Okay. Oh. If you listen to the noises as they die, they're just making regular kind of player noises. They're not making the zombie groan noises. Not sure if you heard that, but yeah, that's a shame. So I'm sensing that this chapter was perhaps slightly more rushed than the last one. Don't need to heal up because that didn't do me any damage at all. That's the thing about zombies. Usually they're quite slow in FPSC games. I know you can get... Ah, okay. That could have spawned in a little bit earlier. Yeah, and because they're quite slow, I can basically just back away. They don't offer much in the way of challenge unless you do them in great numbers. Wow. So as much as I'm not particularly enjoying the enemy types and the combat in this level, the actual level design is quite nice. Got to keep checking behind me because it's a zombie game. You never know what's going to spawn right next to you or behind you. Now before I go off down there, I just want to see what we missed by coming down this way, because I saw these other doors and I just wondered, no, okay, fair enough, dead end. See, that's the thing, he's gone to such effort with the custom posters. This door is custom, all the wall textures. I mean, really the only thing, if I was to take a screenshot of this right now, the only thing in here which is stock, this bit of gantry, these stairs, and this little light here. Everything else, so much effort gone into the texturing, and yeah, it's just a shame that the characters don't match up with that. But then again, you know, I'm on to talk because I never knew how to do animated characters either. So I would do custom wall textures and things, and custom wall geometry even, but it took years for me to learn how to do custom characters because I just, yeah, didn't really want to sit down and learn frag motion, which is okay, is that it? That was a short chapter, much shorter than I was expecting. Okay, well, right, fair enough. Well, that was chapter 2 then. Okay, so just before we go into chapter 3, so dig site alpha, I am going to go in and edit the setup ini, and as you can see, it's wrong here. 1280 by 720. I will attempt to change that, although I will make a note that it was 1280 by 720 by default. Sometimes these FPSC games don't launch properly at too high a res, and you have to kind of keep scaling down the res until you find one that works. Okay, 10 years ago, an ancient complex was discovered deep in the desert of New Berlin. The company Russian Science was awarded the contract to excavate the site. The only problem is that we have lost contact with the dig site about a week ago. We need you to find out what has happened and deal with any problems you come across. And let's just have a quick look at the video. So this one's actually shot from the player's perspective, showing a little bit of gameplay here. So some outdoor environments, which is a bit new for this game. So I will dive into Chapter 3, Dig Site Alpha. Okay, and it's the same menu screen as before. Quite like this chapter to be a bit longer, but we shall see. Would have been nice if we'd have had some different music as well. It's pretty much just been this same music the entire time. I mean, it has been 100%. It's a cool bit of music, but even so. Okay, so that's a shame. We've got those railings kind of going off into that door. But yeah, pretty obvious what we have to do here. It's another stacking puzzle. That'll do. Not entirely sure what this switch does. Oh, okay, it opens the air vent. Fair enough. So we've been dropped into this dig site. Although it doesn't look like a dig site at the moment. Maybe it's some sort of facility that surrounds the dig site. Ah, here we go. So this is what we saw in the little intro video. This is the outdoor environment. And we've got some cultists. I do quite like this skybox. I know it's quite low res. Oh my god, he's just... What? Nice AI, bro. He was literally just stood there. That was crazy. Oh my god, I am down to 32 health though. This is awful. I think I might actually die. Don't suppose there's any health around here. There is a note. Dr. Johnson, I don't understand what the problem is with this. Hang on a minute. We've had this note before. We saw this in the bar, the Blue Lagoon bar. Okay, well, yeah. So here we are running around on 32 health. That's a very low resolution texture on that, whatever it is. Digging machine? Looks more like a kind of a cooling tower type thing. But I guess it's only a bit of scenery, so we can let them off with that. As expected, I died. But at least we don't have the lives issue that we had before. I'm not sure why that cropped up in the first chapter. That was very frustrating. So this is probably the biggest outdoor environment we've had so far in this game. FPSC was never very good at doing outdoor environments because of this whole grid system that you had to lay everything out on. So as you can see, everything's very sort of boxy. There were ways you could try and get around it, but you kind of had to make your environment as a whole entity, which would play havoc with the collision detection for the engine. So it was best just to try and stick to segments, these sort of square or, yeah, these straight walls wherever possible. So the AI is kind of stupid, but at the same time they're sort of bullet sponges. So and they deal a lot of damage. Ah! Oh, it's doing that again. I don't like it when these games spawn in enemies right behind you. you know, to do it once, maybe for a jump scare is fair enough, I guess. But to keep doing it over and over again, it's, yeah, a little bit frustrating. Okay, so I'm guessing this door is locked, and we have to do some more vent crawling. Would be cool if these vents actually had lights in them. I mean, I guess there'd be no reason to have lights in them, but just some reason to actually have a little blue light in there. Oh, and that was some health packs down there. Great. Just some generic sort of machinery here. What does this note say? I'm surprised that you have discovered a machine complex on New Berlin. It will be the first machine complex outside machine domain. Also, to find that there are no machines guarding the complex is even more surprising. This may be due to the fact that this complex is 80 million years old. If that is the case, then maybe not a machine complex as first thought, but their creators? If that is true, this will be the first evidence of the creators and possibly of discovering who they are. So wait, hold on. So we were dealing with zombies and cultists and this crystal and stuff, but now we're dealing with machines? Can't get through that door, but we do have one of these RPG style prompts. Press E to speak. These incidentally are all sprites. I went into the game files and had a look. It's not text that's being drawn, it's just like PNG files that are being put up on screen at the right moment. So where are you speaking from? I'm speaking to you from the research lab in Sector 21 at the main entrance to the archaeology site. What has happened here? It looks like we activated an ancient teleport device, which from the looks of it has activated others around the complex. Once it was activated, we were attacked. Oh, I hear someone at the door. I better hide. Okay, goodbye. So we've got some crates there. Are they dynamic? Yes. So presumably we're supposed to move those somewhere. Ah, another vent up there. 3 should be enough. If they're the same size as your average FPSC crate, 3 tends to be about the right amount you need to stack. That's awful. That won't last. There we go. That's a bit more sturdy, I hope. And back into the vents we go. So yeah, the machines. So is this going to be a little bit sort of Mass Effect, and we're going to have to face off against some Geth? Oh. Ow. Ah. Well, that was well timed. Good stuff. So, more custom content in here. Obviously, we've seen these sort of zero gravity forklift things before, but these big old loading bay doors, kind of cool. Ah, okay. That wasn't an obvious level transition, but cool. Presumably we're going through one of those doors now. I guess the developer didn't want to animate them opening and stuff, so... oh yeah, okay, yeah, we are the other side of that door, fair enough. And again, another kind of cool environment with Bit of skybox showing through. So, normally when we get one of these consoles, there's a button somewhere we have to press. I don't know if that's the case here. No? Okay, fair enough. I don't know whether those guys popped in because I went into that room. Where's he coming from? Oh god, another one behind me. I wish the game would stop doing that. It's getting annoying. Because there's no indicator that the enemy is behind you until you start taking damage. So you've got no way to kind of, you know, it's not like they say anything. Right, so there's a hole in the wall there. But I want to see what's down here first. Dead end? Oh no, okay. Right. And plenty of boxes. Did we just come from here or what? No. Okay. So we have to get up to this Ah! 62 health. Not great. Anybody else? Right, okay. Nothing else. Good. Okay, so stack some boxes. Except these ones are static. And these ones are static. But these ones... Okay, yeah, these ones are dynamic. So that's kind of annoying. Like, I can see crates, but I can't pick them up, even though they look exactly the same as the other crates. So... yeah, that's kind of a bit annoying. It would be good to differentiate the ones that you can pick up and the ones you can't. I mean, you know, I get... See, those ones are static as well, but how are they different from these ones? It's not obvious. So maybe they could put the ones that you can't pick up in a different colour or something? Maybe that would be a kind of a visual indicator that you know, you can only pick up the orange crates, but perhaps, I don't know, grey ones or blue ones or whatever you can't pick up. And you could make up some reason. You don't even have to use a different model or anything. You could just say, oh, you know, they're heavier, or they're a different class of crate that you can't pick up, made of a different material or something. I don't know. But yeah, it's just mixed messages with regards to, like, yeah. Mixed messages with regard to, like, what you're teaching the player. You're teaching them you can pick up orange crates. Oh no, you can't. No, 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 not those orange crates. No, different orange crates. Not the right orange crates. I took some full damage from that really short jump, which is really annoying. I'm liking the use of lighting in this game. I know it's not particularly accurate all the time. Like, there's no real reason for this kind of green light here, but there is some sort of nice ambience. It's very colourful, very atmospheric, and ultimately, oh god. Take some more health. I don't have an awful lot of ammo left for this gun, so yeah. But yeah, like I say, the lighting is not always motivated. You know, there's not always actually a light source for it, but yeah, it's a good good use of colour. Another enemy spawning in behind me. So that's annoying. It's not like it's by accident that that's happening. The developer has triggered that to happen, presumably when I entered that room or something. you know, the way you usually do triggers for enemies and stuff is you use a trigger zone, which is basically like a, as I said, FPSC is a grid-based system. You put a box on one of the squares of your grid, and when the player passes over that box, it triggers an event. So I don't know, maybe it was a way to add difficulty. They're not even doing that much damage each time they hit me, but they're shooting quite quickly, and it's quite easy when there's a couple of them shooting at you at once to lose a really big portion of your health. In fact, I'm going to be a little bit cheeky and run back to that med bay, because there we go, that's better. Okay, some sort of server room. And we have a button. Opens this door. Oh. Ah, finally we have gone underground. Some cool sort of mining props, including track as well. Still got wooden sleepers in the future though. That makes me think that this is possibly not made by the developer, probably downloaded from the store or something. I can't remember when they implemented the game creator store directly into FPSC. That wasn't a thing when you first got the software. Oh, okay. We are going underground then, I guess. Well, we had to. It's a dig site, so I guess we're making our way towards the actual excavation itself. But yeah, so the game creator store, not sure when that came about, but it certainly wasn't around when the first few versions of FPSC. But in case you're not aware, that's a marketplace for content creators, other users of the software, to sell their, well, all sorts of entities, scripts. And there was a downloader built directly into FPSC, and a browser, in fact, I think. Are you okay? Why is the cultist attacked here? It does not make sense. What do they want? Yeah, let's ask that. I'm fine now. What we discovered here is that this may be one of the machine complexes. From the ancient text, it appears that this may be a prison for a race called the Sullen that was used during the Great War. Okay. I know the cultists follow the Sullen, so you know that the cultists worship the Sullen. That makes sense now. I wonder if they are trying to free the Sullen trapped here. We can't let this happen. They are too dangerous to be set free. Goodbye. Everyone's so polite in this game. Right, so now that we're fully stocked with health, and I quite like these sort of computer assets here, and we have some hieroglyphics, or sort of hieroglyphics. I don't think they're Egyptian, but they are some sort of ancient pictorial system. Well, I really don't have a lot of ammunition now. Okay, just before I go down there, I just want to see if there's anything else back here I missed. No, this is literally a dead end. And I'm going to get all my health recharged, even though I've not lost much, just simply because it feels like we're closing in on the final stages of the game now, so we could really do with as much health as possible. This looks like a big area. And we have crystals. This is one of those crystals that we found in the Russian science lab, I'm assuming. Ah, I'm running away from that. Sorry, I've not got enough health to take you on. He was dealing a lot of damage. I'd love to know what actual HP the enemies are and how much damage they're dealing, because it feels kind of, yeah, not balanced. I can hear another one. I can hear those footsteps. Another one behind me. Ah, where's that coming from? Right. We all done here? Anything I have to press? So hold on. We've got machine complex, possibly. It's a prison for the sullen. Or Sulin, not sure, 1L. But, okay, and the cultists are here to potentially free them. Well, I can hear more enemies and I only have 96 health, which, based on how quickly it disappears when I've got a couple of them shooting at me, I think I'm actually going to backtrack and... Is there anything up here? I didn't go up this side. No. In fact, yeah, it's just another way around. So, yeah, slightly different aesthetic here with these ancient symbols. I am definitely getting a sort of, yeah, almost Egyptian vibe. So, do you think we're going to get to meet a Sullen? Maybe that's like the boss battle, if there is such a thing. A lot of FPSC games don't have boss battles. Partly because all the enemies are as stupid as one another, so it wouldn't make any sense to have a boss battle. It wouldn't be any more difficult. Apart from that, you could probably make them harder to kill with higher HP. I'm quite enjoying all these little tunnels and things. Obviously some custom segments going on here. And it gets us away from that kind of grid system again, all those right angles, to see something with a little bit more sort of form to it. Okay. What happened on this level? It appears you're in the main complex. We're not sure what this part was used for, but it housed a lot of green crystals which we were researching. Do you know what these crystals do? Actually, I've been wondering that myself. The theory is that they emit a wave. The wave from the crystals was very weak until the test. We think they are ancient wormhole devices. Goodbye. Okay. I'm glad we're finally getting to the bottom of what these crystals are, because, yeah, I don't, okay. Where's the... Is this going to be some sort of teleport? I think I'm about to go through a wormhole. Okay, shame about the stock FPSC sound effect, but nice that they've managed to work in the whole teleport thing into this game. Okay, and we're getting some creepy audio, which sounds really cool. The mystery has gradually built over the course of this game. I mean, I thought the story was pretty loose at first, and the zombies seemed pretty unconnected with everything, and I thought, okay, it's not going to be a connected story, but actually... we are really getting to the bottom of something here. So there's... I mean, what on earth is that? It sounds like something huge, or many things. I really wish I had more bullets in my assault rifle. What about my... No, I don't have my sniper rifle anymore. Okay, that's a shame. Whoa. What's going on here? Okay, so particle effects weren't really a thing in FPSC until, well, I guess around this time. Press E to speak. Yeah, what on earth is going on here? There is a lot of bodies around here. I'm not sure what that means, but we're getting reports of scientists hearing ghostly voices. Maybe it is some ancient defense system. Well, yeah, I've certainly heard the voices. My way is blocked by the energy fields. How do I pass them? I don't know. I would guess that they must teleport you somewhere within the complex. Try to avoid making contact with them, just in case you're teleported somewhere you may not like. Okay. Goodbye. So, avoid these, I guess? You know what? I'm actually going to save here, because I'm really not sure what's going to happen next. I mean, I can't... Maybe I can kind of go around them this way. Wow, there are a lot of dead bodies around here. I'm kind of interested to know what would happen if I went through one of those things. Oh, okay. I'm being teleported to... I mean, we've got to be closing in on the final level now. Okay, and we are fully outside the complex. Interesting. Looks like we're going to go into this temple. I'm assuming it's a temple, I don't really know. Okay, up or down? Looks like there is some stuff down, but I'm going to go up. And try every single one of these doors, because you never know. There might be something interesting up here. No, nothing at all. Not even a med station. That's a shame. Kind of pointless putting that in then if there's no reason for us to go up there, but I guess it does flesh out the world a little bit. So it seems like we've now come completely out of the dig site. Ah, is this our scientist guy? Is this who we've been speaking to? Okay, what do we need to do to stop them from teleporting any more cultists? In the main test lab, we had set up 4 crystals on power outputs. You need to destroy the 4 crystals. Once you have destroyed them, that should release the door to the power control room. You need to destroy the control computer. Okay. The door in the lab is locked. I'll get you in from here. Remember, destroy the crystals and come back here to destroy the power control computer. Just shoot them and that should do it. Good luck. Okay. Perfect. And now, got more ammunition. So, right. So I've got to blow up some crystals then. Where was the door to the lab? I heard a door open somewhere. Probably wasn't back this way, was it? Must be down here. Okay. So I'm assuming that's opened that door. So just shoot the crystals then, I guess. Whoa! Is he still alive? Okay, so this has the potential to be a really good boss fight in terms of constantly spawning enemies in. But they're kind of hanging in midair, so it's removing a little bit of the tension, but I do get what they're going for. Okay, so 4 crystals destroyed. See, here would have been a great place to put some more frenetic music. And now destroy the computer. Can I talk to you before I do that, or what? No. Okay. The war begins here. But does it? Because surely I've just ended the war. So that was it. Okay. Good stuff. Right. Let's close that down. So that was Squadron AIU Dark Storm. And I have to say, I really enjoyed that. There were some frustrating moments for sure. Didn't like the enemies spawning in behind me all the time. Didn't like that medical stations weren't in any way tutorialized or hinted at whatsoever. But there was some really nice stuff going on in there. There was a lot of custom media, custom content, even custom enemies, which is unusual to see. Can't say I particularly liked the design of the cultists with their pointy hats. That looked a bit silly, but at the same time, a very distinct silhouette at least. So you always knew exactly where one was and what you were firing at. There was some good scripting in there as well. The RPG style conversation system was a nice touch, and really one of the sort of primary methods of delivering the story of the game. And that's another thing, I quite enjoyed the story as well. It did seem a little bit disparate to begin with, but it all seemed to come together at the end. Sadly, I think the finale was perhaps a little bit anticlimactic. I think it could have been done better, maybe, but it's still a little bit different. You didn't just have to kill things, you actually had to destroy things as well, and it was a multi-step thing, so yeah, okay, I'll give it some points for that. So yeah, the sound, it had some, I mean, I did actually quite enjoy the music that played throughout the entire game, even though it was the same track, but I think it probably could have been improved if there was a little bit more, well, just different music basically, to highlight different beats throughout the story and different environments. But yeah, and there was some cool sound design when we were down in the dig site. I'm now really interested to see what happens if you go through one of those kind of purple, pink gas clouds. I mean, where would that teleport you to? But yeah, so overall, I do recommend Squadron AIU Dark Storm. So thanks for watching, and until next time, if you want to play Squadron AIU Dark Storm, there will be a link in the description. It's on Starmine's website, and yeah, I do recommend you give it a go, give it a try. Alright, until next time, see you later, bye. Okay, so just a quick word of warning if you're using the save load system. When you load back in, I don't know if this is true of the other chapters, but certainly on chapter 3, when you load back in, you're presented with some rather interesting visuals. What? I think this is our gun model, but it's been... I'm not really sure what's going on here. If I draw my gun, it goes back to normal, but you can see I've now lost my HUD. But yeah, so just a word of warning, the save load system is not flawless. Very far from it, in fact, and some things may go wrong, but you still have your health and your ammo, so yeah. Now I really want to see what happens when I go through here. Oh, did it just teleport me back to the start of the level? Yep, just teleports you back to the start of the level. Okay, well, never mind, it's worth a try.